effort to be present in our Global Futures Forum. Even though you're in the middle of your holidays, your Idul Fitri holidays, are you in you're in your village right now, or you're at home?
Yeah, I'm now in Patani now, visiting my wife.
Yeah, in Patani.
Where Sam has been familiar with this particular area. I am in Khon now, in Panare.
Right?
I'm in Panare now.
Okay.
Close to Saiburi, where yesterday it was for the big catering.
Yes, I know.
Of Patani.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, doing that. Were you there at the gathering?
Yeah, I was there.
Wearing your baju Melayu or not?
Huh?
Were you wearing your baju Melayu or not? Your Malay dress or not? Huh?
I had. You know baju Melayu too.
Okay, good.
I use your shirt. You know when you gave me when we were in Sabah. You remember that? Yeah.
Okay, if you're ready, we can get started, Dr. Imron.
Yes. Thank you. Sorry, I just use this web for the first time.
All right, okay, for this time. We should have
We use Google meeting often.
for Zoom. Yeah, Zoom is actually better in the sense that it's lighter and supposedly more stable, but I don't know. But okay, thank you. If I may start, we are just keeping the whole forum very casual and informal. I'm a moderator. Let me introduce Dr. Imran to all of our participants who are present today. If I may read his short biography, Dr. Imron Sohsan, as a native Thai, was born in a Muslim village in a majority Buddhist area in southern Thailand. Nationally, Thailand is a predominantly Buddhist country. He was sent to a Buddhist temple school and was primarily educated in public Buddhist school. He has lived and worked for 24 years with Muslim communities in the Isan region, which is northeast of Thailand, where Buddhists are the majority, Muslims are minority, and social religious diversity has become a passionate issue that he has dealt with daily throughout his life, So he currently serves as a lecturer and a chair for public administration program at the Department of Social Sciences, Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences at Khon University, a big university occupying a large area in Thailand. He's also the editor-in-chief for Political Science and Public Administration Journal, Khon University. Has been a visiting professor at the doctoral program at Governmental Affairs Administration at UMY, and that's Universitas Mohammad Yogyakarta in Jogja. Happened to have a student who graduated from USM there as well, who's in international relations, Dr. Adi Maksum, Associate Professor Dr. Adi Maksum now. If I will shorten this, Dr. Imran has taught many different courses, from conflict management to human security administration, public organization, and has researched in various fields as well. Not to mention in the field that is that relates to cultural diplomacy, relates to strategic management, of course, conflict analysis. We are very honored to have Dr. Imran, and together with Dr. Imran today we have Prof. Amar Zaman, who is a living legend, right? Not just in University Science Malaysia, but also in Southeast Asia, right? I remember he came back from Latin America sharing over a cup of coffee, telling us how he shook the hand of Fidel Castro, right? And I was told that he also brought the former president of Indonesia, Gus Dur, President Abdurrahman Wahid, to USN. And he was also instrumental in helping up with conflict resolution, peace building initiatives in Aceh, in southern Thailand, in the Philippines, right? So, this is not.
So this Imron, give it to Imron.
This is the network we have, right, between Dr. Imron and our living legend in USN. So, with great honor, I'm inviting Dr. Imron to deliver his presentation to our Global Futures Forum. The floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you. Dr. Kaen, for inviting me and for the warm invitation. I think in the end, I feel now I am visiting my Professor Sam, Dr. Sam, who is my HR or my professor. He's a student, but far from his office, but has been following and coordinating with him for a long time. And yeah, thank you very much for Professor Mohammad Reevany and the host, and particularly the Center for Policy Research, USM Bina. I wish I should have met with you now in the office. Unfortunately I can't, but I sent my students to be with you. Two of them, Dan and Lumi, and I thought they are there with you now. I would like to share some of the ideas that I have conducted my research, particularly my PhD research. Last couple of years. And also, can you see my sharing?
Yes, you can. If you can click the slideshow there so that it becomes bigger.
Okay. But now better?
Okay. Yeah, it's all right.
Getting better?
Yeah.
Getting better. Yeah. You know, there's a button that you can click so that it becomes the whole slide becomes full screen.
Wait. This is my first time. Okay.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. We will adjust for you. We have on the PowerPoint itself. On the PowerPoint. Below on the right hand corner.
Bottom right. More to the right.
Okay, wait.
This is like giving a road.
Let me stop sharing first, and then I would like to. Okay. Again. Okay. Let's go.
You're not sharing now.
I'm sharing now.
Yeah. Okay. You're sharing now. Let's go. Okay. Okay. It's all right. We will adjust for you. We will adjust for you.
Okay. Now it's good.
Yeah. And then can you make it?
Okay. This is a community that I has been with them, which is called Moderator community. I would like to talk about this community for my presentation this morning. Okay. This is my outlines. I would like to talk on the issues of a Muslim community.
Imran, you want to go to the next slide?
Region of Thailand. It's about a community happening and existing between and among the larger Buddhist community in Isan region. Isan region in Thailand we call Isan, and normally we call Northeastern region.
Imran, sorry, Dr. Imran. You're still in slide number 1. You have not moved to slide number 2 yet.
This is alright.
You're in the slide number 1, not slide number 2. Now you're moving it. Okay, there. All right.
Okay.
Now you're moving it. Yeah.
It's alright.
It's alright now. Yeah.
Oh, it can't large. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
This outline. The outline is about the background of the Muslim community here, and the kind of Muslim community which is called Anwar community. I'm not sure you should have been sure you've been here or not, or you just let them only in content for 10 years ago for free. This happened in Udon Thani. So we are talking about the scenarios for sustainable Muslim community development and the implication for public research. Okay, firstly the region. All of you have been familiar or have been researching the Muslim in this Southeast Asian region. This is, in my perspective, we have been living with diversity, religiously, culturally, and socially, and many parts of our life. We been living together with other communities in peace and harmony, and definitely we have pockets of conflict and confrontations. Definitely that's mutual. Definitely my research area, sometimes they feel that there are mistrust and misunderstanding between among Muslim and non-Muslim and Buddhist fellows in particular. You can see the larger picture of the conflict and confrontation or disputes in our region. I don't want to talk this a lot because of just highlight. Now the background of Muslim in the Isan region. From the very beginning, for the larger Muslim in Thailand, Muslim in Thailand has been in Thailand for centuries. You know that the Islam spread to the kingdom from several directions, from the north, from the northeast, from the south, from the center. Such a long time. We have Muslims comprising of varieties of sections, varieties of groups. And ethnicities and so on. And my presentation will be focusing on the Isan region. Okay, definitely we can see Muslim happening, settling around Thailand, not only in the southernmost of Thailand, but throughout Thailand. You can see. You can find Muslims throughout the country. Not only, yes, definitely the southernmost of Thailand, Muslim as majority. But now I'm talking about a tiny minority Muslim group happening in the Buddhist larger community in Isan region. Now, can I see that? From the very beginning, since the Kingdom the first group of Muslims migrated to the Isan region. Isan region, this happening in this region now. From Nakhon Ratchasima, Khon, Udon Thani, Nong Khai, Ubon Ratchathani provinces. This is the region which is the larger region in the country, in the kingdom. 1/3 of the total population, Thai population now in this region. You can see that the total Thai population around 60 billion now, but 22, 23 billions. They are the people who are now living in this region. That's very enormous. So the Muslim in this region, very few, just less than 1%. Out of the biggest larger communities. But one thing which is very important, I can tell you about the migration and the settlement and the development of the Muslims in the region. Yes, definitely we from my study, since the King Rama V, during the times in 1990 or the first 20th century, Muslim from India at that time, from Pakistan, we call them Pathan Muslim. They have first migrated to this region through the railroad, because to be as the guardians, the guardians of the mechanism of the markets. They moved to this region because of the development of the country long time ago, over 100 years ago, and now Muslim living in this region can be divided into at least 4 groups. One group we call them Pathan Muslim. The second, Malay Muslim, from the north, from Bangkok, from the center, from Ayutthaya, and from the south. And the third group we call them Myanmar Muslim. Most of them are Rohingya. Most of them are Bengalis. And the fourth group, the Muslim convert, from various groups of ethnicity in the region. They converted Islam every day, every month, and every year. Now the fourth group is now larger, and then other groups, because of the convert, because of they are interested in Islam. Yeah, this is the orientation of the faces of Islam. Now you can see that this is the ever first mosque in the Isan region, which is called Masjid Jannatul Firdaus, happened located in Nakhon Ratchasima or Khorat. Nakhon Ratchasima is like the gateway. You can pass this region into the mainland of the region. 61 years ago, this mosque located, but now the construction of the mosque is expanding. I would like to show you, because of this, the first mosque in Isan. Now we have there are almost 60 mosques now in Isan. You can see the mosque everywhere. At least one province, one mosque, one province, 2 mosques. You can see the mosque everywhere now. The evolution, the development of the mosque construction now, expanding. Because in my observation, since 30 years ago, from during the new development of the region, Muslim have migrated. Muslim have moved from several parts of the region, entering into this region because of the They are pursuing their inspiration of seeking new life, new jobs, and new opportunities. Yes, definitely, we have now faced of the Islamophobia too, but not the mainstream. But we have some areas that now facing with the Islamophobias. You can see uh, the picture. The picture. This is the picture in Bangkan, the newest province in Isan region. They call Ban Hao Mai Ao Masjid. Our home we don't have, or we don't like to have any more, construction in this province, in this our home. Now, the phenomena like this happening in some parts of the region, from the northeast. Now you can see, but sort of a few years ago, when I came back from abroad, this campaign stopped dramatically. I'm not sure because of what, but now people try to understand, why the Muslim have to build mosques, why the Muslim have to build their own community. They are in discussion in many areas. My observation, 20 years ago or 10 years ago, we don't have problems like this, Islamophobia. Because of, before you build the mosque in the new lands, which is called, this is not Muslim land, we call that. Before you build the mosque, in the past, 10 years, 20 years back then, the Muslim, in many communities, they have built a relationship between them and among them with the rest of the community, the rest of other communities. The first thing that they build, not the mosque, but they build relationship. In particularly the leaders of the Muslim community and the leaders of the Buddhist community, they have been together. They have been together. But from just 5 years ago, when the Islamophobia spreading throughout the country, when a group of Muslims moving into a place where they have no Muslim community, or even one home Muslim community happening in that place. The problem is that, I might be wrong, the problem is that they build the mosque with our Muslim communities. Comparing to the past, to the past from 20 years ago, or back then, they don't want even build mosques, but they build relationship. They try to build friends. They try to make friends, Buddhist friends and other religious friends. They build that relationship stronger. And then when the relationship have a solid foundation, since then they build mosques later on. That's the phenomena. That's my perception, and from my research. Yes, definitely. I remember when I was in the field work in Udon Thani in Muslim community. At that time, there was the attack in New Zealand, Christchurch small attacks. I remember on that day, the March 15, on that day, my supervisor sent me her email. He said, she said, I'm thinking of you and your faith community with the shocking shooting in Christchurch in New Zealand, Aotearoa, New Zealand. This is very sad day. She sent that email to me because of she's worried about me. She worried about my research at that time. That's the problem. I think it was my turning point It's what my stepping stone into something that I would do something with the cautious warning from or caring from my supervisor. Okay. This is the participants from my research. My research. I collected the data from 99 community members. 99%, 99 people. Yeah, definitely from 3 generations, from the first generation who built the mosque, who built the community, and the second generation now they are taking care of the community, and the third generation they are now receiving the perception and the hopes and expectation from the first and the second generation. Yeah, definitely. I collected data from Muslim and non-Muslim also. Not only Muslim but Buddhists who have been inactive in the community. I could I had an opportunity to talk and to discuss with them about the development of the community. Okay. Yes, definitely this Muslim community cannot avoid the development of ASEAN, the development of Mekong region, or even the development of the country. We cannot avoid this. We have to think about the larger picture. And then the Muslim community there, could think beyond their own community. They have been connected with the larger community, wider community too. Because of any kinds of development, any kind of process, definitely affecting the Muslim community as a whole. This is a map from Al-Mubarak community, my research area. This community is a part of Buddhist village, which we call Ban No Mun Thao village. You can see this. This is the larger village, but Muslim community is located within the heart of the community. We have mosque, we have foundation, we have a school, we have a club, which is called Mu'allaf Club. We got one Mu'allaf or one new Muslim club. We built that club because of we have to take care of the newcomers or the convert Muslim in this community. But not far, we got a Buddhist temple. We have some Catholic community not far from here, and this is the features of the village, Ban No Mun Thao village, where Muslim community located or settled down in this region. This is what you call the phenomena and of relationship of interaction between Muslim and non-Muslim in that particular area. Okay, I was wonder when I went into the community. I spent in that community almost 1 year for my collecting data for my fieldwork. I spent with people there almost 1 year. You see that the Muslim community and Mubarak community, before I came, that community has been the first pilot project for Muslim community development in the Isan, organized by the foundation, Muslim foundation in this region. And definitely you see that almost Muslim women, most of them are converted. Most of them, 99, I think 94% convert Muslims, particularly women Muslim who have been active, who have been participatory, and who have been active in their own community development. That's very, very good. And Muslim community, very, very tiny Muslim community, but they can serve the people around 300 and 400 now. They gave a service for the larger Muslim around the province. Yes, definitely we have many kinds of Muslims happening in this particular community, but people in this have many definition, but there is one certain definition about Al-Mubarak community is about multicultural, religious, and ethnic community. They call it them that because not only Muslim from most of them, the first migrants of the Muslim there who immigrated from the center of Thailand, from Bangkok, from nearby provinces of Bangkok. But now the people from around the region who have settled down in this community, including migrant Muslim from foreign countries, from Myanmar, Pakistan, UK, Norway, Indonesia, UAE, Yemen, Saudi Arabia, Malaysia, they are living nearby that community because of they married, because of the seeking the job, because of they send their children into school, because we have one Muslim school serving people of office there. But this is the first time when we build the mosque, when we build the community. But now this is the 3 generations. One generation build the mosque, one generation build the community, the second generation now taking care of the community, and the third generation now growing up into this community. Okay, we have these things. We have mosque, we have school, we have club, and we have foundation. We have 4 organizations working with this community. We only call this community the center, the headquarters of Muslim affairs in the region. Yeah, definitely we got many activities. Now we are taking care of the community because of we facing urbanization, land management, self-sufficient economy, occupation opportunity. This is we are now facing on these things, these challenges. The land, can I say that the land that Muslim build the community, the land have been given by the we saw the land by the Buddhist fellows, by the Buddhist friends. The Buddhist friends, they saw the land because of they saw that okay, we welcome Muslim to settle down with them. All the lands now before that the owners of the land are Buddhist, but now some land Muslim buy, some land Muslim now occupy. Yeah, we say we thank you Buddhist neighbors that they sell the land for us. And then this is many activities. We welcome all people around the country visiting this community. Okay. The definition of the Muslim community, we have 6 definitions. One definition which is called a community of living with together. Definitely we can't live in isolation. Only Muslim community in this region, you can't. Because every single activity or in our daily life, we have to deal with other friends from larger community. We have to buy, we have to sell, we have to go to the market, we have to send our children to the school, we have to talk to the local leaders, the Buddhist monks. Every day, every daily life, we have to live with others. Definitely one of definition I found that, which is called a community of living with others. The second, a community of intention. This community has been built because of the strong intention from the first generation. The first generation built the community because of they wanted to see a Muslim community happening, around or among Buddhist communities. They will like to show how good we are as Muslim community. We have to say, we have to, we try to build this community because for an example, we call it the pilot project for Muslim community. If we build this community as an example, we can show, we can demonstrate what is good that the Muslim can produce, can contribute to the wider society. The second, we call it community of migrations, because of all of them, the first generation, they are migrants. Or even the Buddhist community who are now living as neighbors. From the past, from the very beginning, they migrated too from other villages nearby, because the Buddhist fellows, Buddhist friends, they migrated before Muslim migrated. This is why they understood each other. That why migration, why as migrants they understood each other. So a community of kinships. In this community, kinships has been the pay foundation from two or three families, two or three what you call family life, family connection. Even though the connection now, the networks now, because of the kinships, because of the families, but now they went into from the origin of the place, the Bangkok, nearby Bangkok, southernmost, they have their own kinships, their own relatives. When they want to build something, they want to have something in this community, they can find donation from those family, from the origin of their own family. Now, this one definition, which is called community of opportunities. In this particular village, or even in this community, you can find some jobs there. You can find opportunities because of the higher education. We provide them a school. We provide them what you call occupations. Many jobs you can find in this village. This is why many Muslim now are trying to settle down in this particular area. So the last definition, which is called a community of neighborhood. This community is very unique. The uniqueness of this community, because of Muslim cannot live in themselves. The community built on the understanding, the trust of the others. We counted Buddhist fellows as member of this community too, because the Buddhist fellows, they counted this community their own community too. This is amazing. This is amazing. They feel this community their home. They feel this community their own place, the belonging of this community, that they feel like this. Okay, I would say, from the because of the limited time, I would like to tackle the sustainable development scenarios. There are 4 scenarios for sustainable development for Al-Mubarak communities. The first one, or the scenario the first one, which is called measuring up to the spiritual aspect. Spirit or spiritual aspect is at the heart of those development. You cannot be sustainable if you lose the spiritual aspect in your life. This is a perspective from the community. The community requires, spiritual aspect that could make an impact on public policy process and community management for the community. People came together because of the faith, the same faith. They feel that the spiritual aspect, the spirituality or the faith are the core or integral cause of their own daily life. They would say, okay, they believe in sustainability, but at the heart of development, at the heart of sustainable development must be what you call a spiritual aspect, spiritual dimension, we call it. Now we are thinking about the next generation had to contemplate what's what needed to achieve sustainability. Now we have 3 generations now talking a lot about how to talk, how to act, or how to achieve sustainable development within the community. Definitely, I would like to say something about SDGs in development. I first came into this community. I spent several months, and then I got an opportunity to interview many villagers. You see that? I asked them about, what do you know? How do you know? You know that SDGs is about. Most people, 99% of those people, they don't know about SDGs. They don't know about SDGs. They don't even know about what SDGs means. I think this is very, very weird, very odd for me as a student of public policy. The people in this region, ordinary people on the ground, they don't even know, they don't even hear about SDGs on the ground. Even though we developed SDG almost 20 years since then. But the people from rural area like this, they don't even know, they don't hear, they don't perceive what SDGs all about. Yes, definitely the accessible development from here, from my presentation, isn't SDG look like, but there are many or some aspect of sustainable development for tiny Muslim community as such. Yes, definitely sustainable development from this from this Al-Mubarak community require a balanced life. Yes, definitely we need economy, we need social life, we need health, we need family, we need all things. But you can't deny or you can't separate all forms of life or all dimension of life. They need them into as one. You can't separate them. Definitely. Okay. The scenario 2, dealing with the onslaught of urbanization now. This community, when you see, can can I give you again the map of the community? You see that nearby this community, we got Honda Motor Company. Not far, we got the estate here. Not far the village. Just 2 or 3 kilometers from the village. We have now facing the urbanization. Yes, definitely there are many jobs are coming in. Many companies are setting down in and nearby communities. The people are now afraid of how to live with these things because this estate, Udon Thani estate, happened because of the policy from the government. And this community not far from the city, just only 10-12 kilometers from now, from the city into into the community. But now the urban area is expanding because this community is located by the main road of the Isan region, which is called Mitrapap Road. This one. They cross to the main road of the region. The main road of the region, you can go to Bangkok. You can reach out the Vientiane, the capital city of Laos, neighboring country. Not far. Okay. The onslaught of urbanization, which is now challenging. We got Udon Thani Industrial Estate. We got many factories now building nearby the community. We face the problems when they leak the chemistry from the factories into the fields, into the paddy fields. But now, 3 or 4 years ago, there were floods, severe floods happening every year into this community. Some years, the mosque flooded. Some year, the community flooded. People are aware of these things, this challenge, but most of them, couldn't say direct things or couldn't say direct conversation about what happening on the ground when we face the onslaught of urbanization. Because of why? Partly because they got jobs, they earn the monies, they earn job because of the urbanization too. You see the contradiction. Yes, definitely many activities, we call them that we got benefit from urbanization. Some people might say they don't like urbanization, but some people might say we need urbanization. We need urbanization because the urbanization can give us jobs, opportunities, and so on, and many things. But from the third generation, second generation, and third generation, they are different of view about urbanization. Just definitely they're afraid, they're worried about, but at the same time, they need them too. The scenario 3, number 3, sharing constructive contribution for the sake of the border society, in particular the wider village, for the Buddhist village. You see that most Muslim members of this region are middle class people. Since the community established officially from in the year 1995, we have many activities in this region, in this village. People around the village benefited from the activities that we held in this particular village. We welcome personalities, we welcome ministry, we welcome minister, we welcome House Speaker, we welcome Secretary General of ASEAN. We welcome the leaders of the country often because of we have that kind of Al-Mubarak community happening in that village. People say that, okay, because of we got Muslim community here, we benefited from. You see that why we benefit? We build a school not only for Muslim community but serving as a school for all. Santitam Vitaya School is what you call, can I say, the aftermath of the development of Muslim community. We built that school because of we wanted the school to be a neutral place for receiving all faiths, all children from all faiths to be together, learning together, eating together, and learning together. We provide them what you call the main road of the community. We built the main road, we constructed the main road, we repaired the main road because of the Muslim community. We build school, we donate some money. We use zakat, or not zakat, we use like some money from our Muslim community. We donate for the villages, for the village affairs. Several times every year, we are the donor for the village, Buddhist village too. Scenario 4, initiating education opportunity. We have two kinds of education. One education for Muslim children in particular. This education we provided because of the mosque, Al-Mubarak Mosque. And the another education opportunity, we built the school for not only Muslim but for Buddhist, for other parts, other faith community. You see that 95% of students who are now studying at the school, Satitam school, they are Buddhist students, not Muslim students. But Muslim scholars just only have 5%. The majority of students from the school are Buddhist. But the school is under the supervision of the foundation. Yes, the foundation owns the school. But the school provides education, higher quality education for all. We build the school for all, not for Muslim only. That's the contribution, big contribution. Now, the implication for public research, you see that one day when you visit this community, you can see the active women Muslims or Muslim women. Most of them are women. The numbers of the women bigger than men. Every activity happening in this particular community because of the women. Now, when I finished my research, it was focused on the future women leadership. We need to focus mainly on Muslim women leadership, or the engagement role or the vital role in promoting Muslim community into the future. I think you can't deny the roles of the women in the community. But now the women in the community has already become a vital player, important player for all activity that can bring the community moving forward sustainably. The second, I think we can think about the neighborhood, a sense of neighborhood. A sense of neighborhoods is a outcome that Muslim can be sustainable. Without the help, without the assistance, without the engagement of Buddhist communities, Muslim cannot stand firmly. This is why, but we have less opportunity to talk a lot, to research a lot of neighborhood, the ascent of neighborhood or neighborhood important to the public policy. I think this is the challenge. This is the challenge. Neighborhood must be on top of the public policy on Muslim and Buddhist or Muslim and non-Muslim relationship in this particular Thai society now. This is the women. Most of them are active now. This is the Muslim and Buddhist women. They are friends. They got together because I invited them to be part of this project. They have been here for a long time. They friend. They clean the village together. They build the strong relationship together. They do some exercise together every single evening. The sense of neighborhood, I would say that we have three categories of sense of not of neighborhood. One shared value, we call in Thailand we call it คุณค่าร่วม shared value. Because of they share the value, because of they say we have the same people of the same community. They don't separate themselves. They feel Muslim Al-Mubarak community are their own community too. Shared values because of Thai people, because of Thai Isan, or because of the members of the Al-Mubarak community. The second trust we call เชื่อใจซึ่งกันและกัน we have now building a trust building now becoming a strong foundation for a sense building sense of neighborhood. They trust each other because of they knew each other from the very beginning. From the very beginning, they knew each other because of they have their own interaction. In this community, you can't go freely. You can visit the all houses or home from the Buddhist side and from the Muslim. You can go freely. You visit them freely every day, every year. I could say that I have seen a lot of interaction because of they are moving around. They are people on the move freely. So a sense of neighborhood require gifts. Gift mean in Thai we call it พรสวรรค์ Every single person can give, can contribute the communities. People can contribute. The Buddhist people, the Muslim people, they have their own contribution to the community also. Three of them becoming ingredients of a sense of neighborhood. This is why I think the research area should think about the neighborhoods at policy research. Yes, definitely we need them. Conclusion. Only one thing that now the people are talking a lot about sustainability. They are thinking about the successors. We callผู้in Thailand we call ผู้สืบทอด the successor. The community cannot be stable, cannot be sustainable if they don't have the successors. The successor now becoming the transition of the task or mission that the first generation now transmitting their missions, their tasks, their vision into the second or the third generations now. The question is about the successor is about how can the successor sustain community into the future. People might say in this community said that from the very beginning, every generation have their own, the plans, the vision might be differently. They have their own different missions and visions. In my in my view, I feel that, or I interview 3 generation. People say that, okay, we are aware of the future. We worried about the future, but we think the future differently. We think the future differently. The first generation build the construction. The second generation build the, what you call, the elements or the furniture within the construction. But the third generation might be thinking of how to move, how to bring the networks, how to expand, their opportunity wider than that the third, the first and the second generation might be. Yes, we are talking about the ability, the capacity of the future generation, and how to attract younger generation to participate, to think about sustainable development community. Definitely, we need them to understand what the successor look like, and the future plan, the transition plan for the future. Last but not least, it was caused by Dr. Prida Prabhushov, the founding father of Al Mubarak community. He said, Isan Muslims who are willing and ready to engage with others and are keen to be moderate, open-minded. In fact, they wanted to be more prosperous, looking for the future, for the children, and for the prosperity. Yeah. And I would like to say that I have a dedication to this project for the people of An Mubarak, all the people of An Mubarak, regardless of Muslim and non-Muslim. I own this for them. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Imron, for a very insightful and informative, inspiring as well presentation. This is something that important to highlight in a world where we have so much conflict going on, so many conflicts going on, different kind of crisis, from human to environmental, and we still have wars and genocides happening here and there, and you are, giving us an example where. We're giving us an example where we can peacefully live together and contribute, and it's very sustainable. Yeah, you have shown that this is a community that has sustained 3 generations. So this is a real eye-opening case study you made about how we in Southeast Asia can show the path for a more sustainable future. So right now, if I may highlight just a couple of things, you have you come up with 6 ontologies, 6 definitions of community of neighborhood, community of kinship, community of, and then the first one you highlighted was community of living with others, which is important, right? And yes, you have definition of community, and you also highlighted the fact that conflict can exist whenever you build the physical first, the mosque, the masjid, before you build the relationship, before you have the community. So it's important to have the relationship first before you have the community first, before you have that physical presence. I thought there's another very telling, very revealing finding, or part of your presentation there. And also you were highlighting the role of women and being the backbone to the process of building community, building relationship, and maintaining this relationship. So now we will open our forum to the floor. I see a number of people who are present from, and we have Pak Warsono, who is the former rector of Universitas Negeri Surabaya, and we have a number of people who are present. I think Pak Shakur is also here. My student, PhD student Idros and Joanne from Malang also here. And we have a number of Prof. Lily from Universitas Hang Tuah also here. So, and a number of all the postgraduates from China are present too. So, and by the way, Dr. Imron, by my side here is Mas Hanif, who is his hometown is Jogja. So he's by my side, is wearing his Blangkon, the Javanese hair. So so right. So we open for Prof. Zam, please have the first.
No, actually, I was just pointing. Naim wants to get here. And a former student of mine.
Former student, okay. In UEM, Dr. Naim from UEM.
Yeah, but I can, if given the floor.
Yes, please.
Huh?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Yes, Imron. Yes. Thank you for your presentation. It's always, enlightening to hear you speak. If I may, I have some comments that I want to make. I mean, in the beginning, when you mentioned that there are different types of Muslims in Thailand, and I'm not sure if I agree or not with some of your explanation, especially in regards to the Malay Muslims in Thailand. Because to me, the Malay Muslims in Thailand, I think belong to a different category. Because you have those people, the Malay Muslims in the south and the Malay Muslims in the central part of Thailand, which is in Bangkok. The South Malay Muslims have never emigrated to Thailand. They will always say that, look, we don't come to Siam. Siam came to us. This has been our land for hundreds of years. We used to have our own sultanate, which was attacked by the Siam kingdom, and the sultanate came down in 1876, and since then we've been colonized by the Siam, and we never came to them, they came to us. This is our land, not their land. So please don't say that we are immigrants. This is our land. So because I work with the Patani people a lot, and also, they will say these things. And of course, there are Malay Muslims in central Bangkok, in central parts of Thailand, Bangkok and Ayutthaya, and these were actually slaves that were brought by the Siam, to work to build the canals in Bangkok, in Ayutthaya, in other parts. They didn't go there. They were forced to go there. They were brought in as slaves, to work. And many of them then stayed on in the Bangkok surrounding area, many in the Ram Kam Haeng area, the Malay Muslims there, the big Malay Muslims. So I just want to, to give a different viewpoints as to, the demographic of the Malay Muslims, and especially in Thailand. Secondly, I just want to ask you in regards to, relationships between the Isan Muslims and Muslims from other parts of Thailand, and especially the Malay Muslims in the south. How's the relationship between the Isan Muslims and the Malay Muslims and the Muslims in the south? And I know for you it's good relationship because your wife is from Patani, your wife is from the south, so you have good relationship. But what about others? Especially in regards to how do the Isan Muslims see, the struggle that have been going on in the south for many years, and especially since 2004, since the increase in the intensity of the conflict in the south. And many thousands of lives have been lost, more than 8,000 people, and a lot of impact actually on the relationship between the different ethnic groups in in Thailand, and I'm sure that those people that were protesting against the building of the masjid in Isan, I mean, some of them must be thinking, look, you look in the south, you look at what's happening, with the situation in the south, and we don't want that kind of trouble here in Isan, and we do not want a big, a community, Muslim community, because we might, have the same problem as the situation in the south of Thailand, without understanding, that this is actually a completely different, situation. So people, when they see the killings of Buddhist monks, the killings of teachers in the south, schools being burned, temples being attacked, and bombs here and there, I'm sure many of the Buddhists up in Isan are thinking, look, we don't want the same thing happening here, so. But what you guys are doing over there with the Al Mubarak community and all these things, I think those are good, because it's presenting not only to the community there in Isan, but community in Thailand that look, actually, Muslims, basically we are peaceful people. We want to cooperate and work together with the various groups in our community, and showing a different face of Muslims, especially to the Thai Buddhists. I think that should be congratulated. What you guys are doing up there, is good. Except that I'm sure that you also bear the brunt of what is going on in the south, which is a completely different scenario altogether. And people should not equate, these two things together. But again, how's the relationship between the Isan Muslims and the Malay Muslims in the south? And I'll let you answer that first before I go on to other things. Sorry if my questions are a bit sensitive in nature.
Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you, sir. Yes, definitely, what you have mentioned, we are regarding to your comment. Definitely, I totally agree that we have been here, there, for a long time before, the nation state. Building, definitely. Okay, I don't want to mention this, but I would like to give you some opinion for the second question of yours. The consequences of the conflicts in the south, or even in the international arena. Muslim in Isan, or we call Isan Muslim, or what you call they call themselves Khon Isan, right? The people of Isan. Now, Muslim in Isan, or Isan Muslim, has been or has already become a part of the Ummah Muslim across the globe. Okay? They feel that when the problems are happening in the south, even in the Middle East, they are affecting themselves too. They are affecting themselves because they have to live with others, with Buddhists. They have to answer everything when everything happening in the Muslim majority communities. The problem is that the mistrust, the misunderstanding show that when the confrontation happening in the south, the neighbors, the friends from the community, we will ask that what's happening? What's happening? One, the second thing, we feel that are you involved in that in those incidents? Are you part of those happenings? We have to answer them. Not only the answer, we have to give them the understanding, the truth. Not from the misunderstanding into the trust and the understanding as well. They have been connected. As I said, they move from the south. The south is the origin of death. The origin of the conflict of origin. They move. Not only they only move themselves, but they move with what you call the feelings, the sentiments, everything. But now you can't deny the responsibility to take care of your community. First, then second, you have to be the bridge. You have to be the bridge to the people of other faiths, because you cannot live with them. You have to live with them side by side, daily life. Unlike Malay Muslim or Patani Muslim, you know that. In now I am sitting in Patani. People from some area, most of them, they cannot interact with Buddhist friends. They can't because they sometimes they don't want to connect. They don't want to interact. But in Isan region, you can't do like that. You have to face the question all the times. The question all the times. You see that they need our answers. They need our explanation what's happening in the south or in Iraq, in Middle East now, in Palestine now. We need, because we don't know we don't know what's happening from what we know, what we know, right, Sam? They don't know. They just see the medias, watch the television, see the Facebook. They know that, but those things, affecting them and give them what you call mistrust, misunderstanding. And the relationship between the Muslim from the south and Muslim from the north, they have been connected as Muslim in I'm not sure, Sam. People here, even from Malay descent, from Patani descent, or from Suratani, my hometown, from Nakhon Si Thammarat, and from the center, I never heard about they call themselves Malay Muslim. That's the problem. They just call themselves Thai Muslim, because they move into another region. They try to, I can't say simulation, not the great thing that we don't like that, but now they become the part of the region as Thais, not as Malay or as Pushtun or as Myanmar. Now, no longer. Even Sam, the first groups, the Pathan Muslim here, they call themselves Thai Muslim. They don't call them Pathan. Yes, we call themselves I am Pathan ethnically, but when they call themselves in the public, we call Thai. Might be quite different, but the feeling, the sentiment, and the relationship of the kinship of the ethnicity, I think for me, we feel that we concern about what's happening in the south. We concern everything. Sam, what we do in this region, when what's happening in the south, we quickly responded to the questions, not to claim or to do that. Okay, they don't want, they don't involve us, or we are not part of this. No, we have responsibility to tackle the situation. Yeah, that's my perspective. Yeah, Sam, thank you.
Thank you. Do you have a follow-up question from them? Something that you have.
It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, follow up.
No, I don't want to dominate the discussion. I will allow others to ask questions and to give comments.
Okay.
Thank you. Just later on, let others.
Sure. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Imran, for the. I can see that is definitely very close to your heart, and definitely a sensitive thing. This is something, the challenge of living together, right? So let's hear from Other members of the floor and anyone else has any question? Just now, I got a message a while ago from Pizarro from Idris that he has, written an article. Where is it? Pizarro, you have some comments to make, a question?
Yes.
Since you have,
Okay.
Yes, maybe I will propose the question. Thank you, Mr. Professor Stefani and Dr. Imron for your great presentation regarding the situation in Isan region. I have been twice visiting the south part of the Thailand to report or cover for the media in Indonesia and Turkey regarding the fighting between the rebels group with the Bangkok military.
Yeah.
But as I know, Barisan Revolusi Nasional, the main rebels group in the Patani, resume talks with the Bangkok administration regarding the to reach the peace deal between rebels and or fighter with the Bangkok military. My question is, any changing policy from the Bangkok administration now, Prime Minister Stefa Tivisin, any changing the policy of Bangkok to the southern Thailand, if we compare with the Prayut Chan-o-cha, because Prayut, as I know, he did the force approach to fight rebels in the south part of the Patani. But the Prime Minister now, Stefa Tivisin, visit the Patani or visit Yala, Naratiwat, Patani, to propose the peace tourism truk. Yeah, I don't know what kind of peace tourism with in the term Mr. Stefa Tivisin approach. And first the question I want you explore the differentiation policy in Bangkok administration between the Prayut Chan-o-cha and Prime Minister Stefa Tivisin.
Yeah.
The second question is how the progress the peace talk between the Barisan Revolusi Nasional with the National Security Committee in Bangkok, brokered by the Kuala Lumpur, as I know. How the progress the talks, as I know, in February and March, BRN and Bangkok resume talks to reach the peace deal, and many observers, many journalists critic because the lack of the international communities involved in the talks. Indonesia in the 2009, Mr. President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono already host actually with the Vice President Yusuf Kala peace talk between Patani's group with Bangkok. But as I know, just Kuala Lumpur involved in the peace talk. I don't know. Mr. Jokowi maybe just focus in domestic election. He doesn't interest to involve in the peace talk in the region. Even Indonesia always always using the peace approach in the conflicts in Palestine, in the Syria, and others. And then because when we see the Southern Philippines already peace deal with the Manila under the Duterte era. But in the region, I think there are two main problems. First in the Rohingya, in the Myanmar, and the second in the South Thailand. I just want you explore and update us, Dr. Imron, regarding the situation. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for your complex questions. I think I'm frankly speaking, I'm not an expert on this issue per se. Yeah, the Professor Sam can give you more update than me. Okay, this is my observation now. The first one, the difference between the previous prime minister and the current prime ministers, Prayut Chan-o-cha, the General Prayut Chan-o-cha now move into the current government led by Pheu Thai Party. Setha Thavisin, he's the prime minister now. Yes, definitely he visited Pattani, Yala, and some parts of the region now where I'm sitting. So from the very beginning, during the dictatorship, okay, the Prayut Chan-o-cha and his, all missionaries, all stakeholders trying to promote peace talk, but in different meanings. You see that? We don't call peace talk as peace talk for peace, for peaceful solution. Okay, we just have a peace talk because of we need something into what you call we need the process going on at the time. We try to find some I don't want to some groups, okay, some group of different interests in the region. I can say separatists or labels or what I don't want to say that. But you Chan-o-cha try to give the answer with security perspective. Everything must be security perspective. But from from the current situation, current government, yes, definitely Setha Thavisin try to give them another aspect of dealing with the situation. Definitely economically, culturally, economically, they're trying to promote economic zone, not only military zone or security zone. It is new for me. It is quite new for the security, for the military or even police or even or some parts of the stakeholders that have led them into security answer or security solution. Very new. I think economic aspect for the region, yeah, we need them because of from they came into the region with different perspective. Because of the research, because of the reports that okay, this region very poor region in the country, they perceive that okay, we know that we don't poor, yeah, we don't poor, right? We have all resources, but in terms of the poverty that the national bureau try to do is this region is the poorest region in the country. You can't compare to the Isan region. Isan region very, very large, very big and richer, than or even the upper south richer than the people who live in Pattani. Second, when you approach, you give the people with the new approach. The problem is that you cannot provide on the ground with the mechanism. I'm not sure yet the military, the soldiers and the police movement in this region, they understood why they have to lead this region with economic aspect or economic world. I'm not sure yet. But now that the situation is now the fighting or what you call the fighting or the confrontation of the two concepts, the two ideologies. If you think that this region must be or must have a solution with the securities or with the security, you can say that, not military, the security, or you can see that okay, there is a solution, another solution comprising of the economic, cultures, and even the quality of life that the people. Not easy, doctor. Not easy to promote this idea into the dynamics, the dynamism of the conflicts right now. I don't want to campaign that okay this solution is good or it could add things, but I think if you want to find amicable solution or some solution or a new approach, you need to think differently. You need to think differently, and the peace talk again, the peace talk or the policy on that talk. Now policy still on. Okay, policy is still on. We have got a new group or a new representative for the talk. But I'm not sure the role of the talk because of we don't have what you call the committees of the peace talk initiative. The problem is that we don't have even the representative from NGOs, from civil society. We don't have them into that process, into that representative of the talks from the Thai government side. We don't have any one personality, to be part of the representative of the peace talk team. We don't have them. Okay, they're supporting. They are playing the role on the ground. Yes, they're doing that, but we need them to be part of this talk process. We don't have them. We don't have the what you call the new mechanism that can establish, can embody it into the process of the talks. Now we don't have this one. I think the policy is still on. We don't change the policy. We change just only the way of to produce the policy. Yeah, thank you. Sam, you can add something.
Yeah. Before Prof. Zam says something. By the way, Pizarro, Prof. Zam is the advisor. I'm not supposed to. Oh, okay, sorry. Okay. I would like to invite Prof. Zam to also comment on this one since Dr. Imron also. So
Yeah.
Invited him. Yeah.
Okay, since I will give my 2 cents worth. By the way, my name, what's his name? Pizarro. Pak Idrus. Pak Idrus. Yeah, from Jakarta. Okay, I'm Professor Kamaruzaman, Prof. Zam, they call me. I don't know whether you know me or not, but I'm with the Peace Unit here at USM, and I've been working on the Southern Thailand Patani issues, I think, for more than 20 years. So in regards, to your question, what's happening now, I think, basically there have been some minor changes, but I don't think the changes are on the right track, because I think the approach is still the same. If you look at the previous leadership, the approach has been mostly a military approach, and you're not going to find a solution with a military approach. But they also mix that with some, development economic approaches, which is what they are doing now, trying to create, development in the south, and trying to create what Imron said about the peace tourism and all those things. To us, it's mostly counter-insurgency approach. It's not going to work. It's not going to work because they are not tackling the problem. They are not tackling the problem. The peace process, is from the perspective of the Thai side, people they see it as a happiness talk, to create happiness. It's not really to solve the problem, And then the two sides are sitting at the same table, but looking at it from different angles. In a mediation process, you have to look at the issues from the same perspective. But on the Thai side, it's mostly about because it's a happiness talk, so it's mostly about the reduction of violence. Reduction of violence meaning that they send in security personnel, they send in the military, they control the area. If there is no, clashes on the ground, if there are no activities on the ground, they think they will be successful already. I mean, it is a success already, But at the same time, that's not really how the Patani Malay Muslim people are looking at it, because they are looking at the issue from the perspective of historical injustice, meaning that they want to bring back all the issues that have been there since a few centuries ago, and then the human rights abuses that have been happening, and all those things to the table. Except that on the Thai side, they don't want to talk about the same thing. So you have, not on the same wavelength. So how are you going to be successful in the peace process like that? The peace process has been going on for some time. I think you know that the formal peace process has been going on since 2013. That's when the first time the Thai government decided that, look, we will talk to the BRN, the Barisan Revolusi Melayu National, in a formal way. Before, it has been always been informal, but that one was the first one, informal. The formal talks 2013, and then you went through the different processes with the Mara Patani, and now back with the BRN, since 2018. So the problem is that, because they are still looking at the issues from different angles. So that's why, there have not been any documents signed yet or agreed, by the two sides. But since last year, early last year, there have been some sort of agreement on how to move forward, because there is a framework called the Joint Comprehensive Plan for Peace, for Southern Thailand, the JCPP. The JCPP basically is an agreement that there is a framework that we're going to use for peace in Southern Thailand based on the different approaches of the two sides. And the different approaches of the two sides is actually combining, the two wishes together in one plan, in one framework. So under that framework, we have a plan for the cessation of hostilities, the KOHA part, and then the public consultation part. Okay, so you have these two parts, and these two parts are the ones that are being discussed at the moment, because we are looking at how to do some sort of ceasefire, and how then from this ceasefire can lead on to finding a political solution at the end. But you need to bring in the inputs from other members of the various other movements, and you need to include also civil society and other stakeholders into the process, because like Imron said, at the table is only the government and the BRN, and there are no inputs from the others. So we need to have a process of public consultation, for the sake of inclusivity. So the process in itself, I think, is not going very well, but moving. We've got a new facilitator since last year. Before it was Tan Sri Rahim Noor, the former IGP, but then he was replaced last year with the former Chief of the Armed Forces of Malaysia, Tan Sri Zulkifli Zainal Abidin, who is now the facilitator, facilitating the process, and then it's moved a bit faster. It's moved a bit faster, but then because of the election in Thailand last year, things were put on hold, and then now it's starting again. Now it's starting again. So at the moment, that's the status. It's also good that with the new government you have a lot of civilians, in the Thai peace panel, and it's led by not a military person, but somebody from the National Security Council. So you have a civilian leading the process, and then you have also some positive things that have been happening in Bangkok. You have the parliamentary committee and all those things. So I think they are paying a bit more attention to the problem in the south. Putting in many more committees and trying to come up with a unified, stance, from the Thai side, except that, again, like I said, what they're going to do with the development and all these things, that's being seen as counterinsurgency. They need to come up with other more positive, positive outcomes. And they need to want to sign the documents, because since 2013 was the only occasion, when a formal document was signed. Other than that, the Thai government, has been hesitating to put pen to paper. So you have things that they agree with, they say we will agree, but we will not sign. But when you do not sign, how are we going to ensure that you're going to, do the things that you want? So we have been pushing that they have to not only agree, but to sign the documents, okay? And then at the same time, on the movement side, I think there need to be consolidation, between the various groups that are there, and then we are talking about inclusivity that would include civil society and all those things, because there seems to be gaps, between the people on top, the movement, the rebel movements, and other stakeholders, especially members of the civil society, because there's been a lot of trickery going around, since the past 10 years, and trying to elevate the role of the civil society, but this is actually detrimental to the whole Patani community. I don't have time to explain it in more detail, but these are some of the things, that needs to be improved upon. And most of the things that I'm saying is not secret, you can look for it also. But I do have some, how do you say, interior knowledge with what's going on because of the work that I've been doing. So hopefully that will be helpful. I don't know whether Imron will agree with me or not on some of these things, but that's it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay,
you.
I would like to add something. But now the situation going on in the south now has been raised into the parliament, officially by the members of parliament from the even from opposite party, right? Kapai party, forward party, try to raise this issue into the public to be awareness of the people of the Thai people that okay, the case of the Sohsan Thailand should be the case or even the what you call the main agenda, the mainstream of the Thai public, of the Thai society. That's I feel that awareness from the past, and the principal said, Professor said now, Thai agency, Thai government quite reluctant, to push this process into official process. Because we try to promote economy, we try to promote tourism, but on the ground we use the old approach. On the ground, under the ground too, we use military approach, we use security approach. Just I think yes, we need a variety of approach in tackle to this particular issue. Yeah, but now the process of the building social awareness among Thai people important. Yeah,
Can I just also add, some more? I think to the movement, to the BRN, Hulu, and the others, what they want is for the martial law to be lifted. The emergency law, emergency decree, should be lifted from the south. Because they say that, if this is ongoing, it's repressive towards the people, and so we still have to maintain, our weapons, because we have all these laws against us. We need to defend ourselves. So it's just a matter of, chicken and egg. The military, Thai military said you put down your weapons, but then you said we need our weapons to defend ourselves. You take away the law first, and then they said, well, if we take away the law, and you don't put down the weapons, we will be at a disadvantage. So you have that kind of the things, ongoing between the two sides. But I think that will be a positive move if the government decide that, okay, there are certain areas that can be considered safe zones. Let's lift emergency the law on these areas to show our sincerity. So some kind of show of sincerity is always necessary, in a peace process as part of a confidence, building measures. You do something, I will reciprocate. I will do the same thing. So we need to do something like that. And secondly, Pak Idros was also asking about the mediation process. Why are there not more international actors being involved? Because usually in any peace process, especially in a peace mediation process, you actually would need to have a main mediator or facilitator, and that facilitator will have to be given consent by the two parties. Not anybody can just come in and become facilitator mediator. Both sides have to give consent, and both sides actually have given consent to Malaysia to be the facilitator, given that Malaysia has the experience as facilitator in southern Philippines, in the Philippine government against the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, peace talks, and we were successful in getting the comprehensive agreement for the Bangsa Moro in 2014, and before that, the framework agreement in 2012. So that track record is there, and Malaysia also actually, because many of the movement leaders are actually based in Malaysia. It's also not a secret, it's an open secret that many of the movement leaders are living in Malaysia as asylum seekers, refugees, some of them. So access to them, can be done by the Malaysian government. Okay, so that's also another reason why Malaysia is the facilitator. And then, so given the context, given the situation, I think Malaysia also does not want, for too many cooks to be spoiling the broth. So if you invite other groups to come in, they might have different ways or different approaches, and then it can be messy. It can be messy if you have more than one facilitator. Although the Thai government actually chooses Malaysia also not only because of the presence of the Patani leaders living in Malaysia, but because Malaysia and Thailand has a good relations, has good relations over the years, and I think the Thais are feeling that Malaysia will also look out for Thai's interest in there, so not only the Malay Patani interest, but the Thai interest in there. To the point that some, Malay Muslim people are saying that, look, the Malaysian is favoring Thai and not favoring the Patanis, which put them at a disadvantage. And for them, actually, they would want to have, some international organization, OIC perhaps to come in, OIC perhaps to come in, or an OIC appointed a mediator, but Thai government wants facilitator. There's a difference between facilitator and mediator, because mediator will have more say as to what is going on in the process, giving suggestions and all those things. Facilitator has less duties. So for Thai government, a facilitator with a minimum amount of duties is what they want. They don't want mediator, they want facilitator, because they still feel that this is a domestic issue. And how it is, the principle of non-interference, non-intervention in the region. So they are very sensitive about that. I know for a fact that you said that Pak Yusuf Kala and others also, were trying to get involved in the process in the past. Yeah, the Bogor talks and all those things. So we are also aware, of these things. We are also aware of many other international organizations trying to come in and influence the process. Even international organizations like, the Humanitarian Dialogue Center from Switzerland, the Sasakawa from Japan. Actually, the field is rather messy already, but at the table of the peace process, it's just Malaysia as the facilitator, We are looking forward to maybe in the future have some kind of an advisory group, from different countries to come in. So maybe at that particular level, maybe Indonesia and other countries can come in, like what we did before in the Southern Philippines, peace talks. But I'm talking too much. This is not supposed to be a lecture for me. I will stop here and then I will give the floor back to my friend, my brother Reevany. Please, Reevany. Sorry for taking too much time.
Thank you. Those are very, very insightful inputs to the discussion. Thank you. I will, because of the limit of time, almost 12 o'clock. So probably we take one more question or comment. If not, I have one. But is there another one?
Yes.
Okay. Dr. Alicia, the future studies expert herself, right? Who help USM chart out the futures.
Hai Nisha, selamat Hari Raya.
And also Dr. Imron.
Yes, assalamualaikum.
I'm very intrigued in the discussion with your scenarios, especially about the role of women leadership as well as the scenarios we have there. With all the talks that's coming in about the past history, the politics surrounding what's going on over there, it'd be interesting to know how the women of the past, the history of the women and their role in the past, and what they're doing today, and how they're moving into the future, what kind of new narratives they're working on, how does the younger generation of youth leaders among the women, how are they taking on new roles, and what kind of new leadership that's coming up, because there's a lot of changes, because you mentioned about urbanization.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of conflict going on, to what extent you embrace urbanization and to what extent we do not. So it's actually a very interesting time for the women leaders, because as you talk about the peace talks, you talk about all these issues, political issues, they do play a very important role in the sense that I'm very sure what's going on over there, the interaction over there is very much led by the women, because the pictures are all women that you have there. So if that is the case in that community, then they play a very important role into the future. And so it'll be important to see, to help nurture new priorities for their role, because if you look about the past, right, in this, when you talk about futures or foresight, the past play an important role in terms of narrating the present and the future, but the past can also be what we call a barrier for us to move forward into the future. So we want to understand how the past is supporting us and how the past is stopping us, and what are the new narratives that we want to help nurture among the women leaders, the younger generation, so that they can recreate a different environment for the community itself. Just my thought to share here.
Yeah. Thank you. I would like to share or respond to some points. You see that in that particular community, we have at least two conditions that the women can play a vital role for their own communities. The condition one is about the leaders, the imam or the first generations. The first generation or the imam of the community, they open the space, they open the space for lady, for women. The conditions of the society, open society, participatory society, is the condition, the vast condition, the genuine condition for the women to come to participate in the process of community development. I'm not sure any kinds of community or Muslim community in majority or minority Muslim community, we have to think about the conditions of the societies, of the community. Are we ready to bring women in the process of the communities of the in the past, or even in the present or in the future. Yes, yes. The few days, a few days ago, you see that the uh, the young generation movement in Patani. Yes, we got a space for them. In Isan region, there is no options for the community. We need uh, uh, the women, not only the supportive ingredient. No, they are the main ingredients of a sustainable community development. If my case is that if you provide the enough space for the woman, you can see you can see the progress, you can see the development. you know the problem is that are we ready to provide the space enough for the women to participate in the process? That's the question. The main question is not only us, but only the host, the whole condition, or the whole picture of the community. If you want to be sustainable, you want to be stable, you want to be secure, you have to have enough space for the woman, because you can't deny the role of the woman at that time. There's no an option anymore. Women are the backbone, as Professor Reevany said, but women are the inevitable inevitable parts or sectors that the solution need. Yeah, thank you.
Reevany.
Oh, okay. We have one more. Probably.
Ya,
Saya mau
Okay.
bertanya pakai bahasa Indonesia ya.
Boleh, boleh. I will translate. Probably is from
Oke, oke.
Universitas Iswa. It's a Navy-based university in Surabaya. Probably will speak in Bahasa and then I will translate as much as possible.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, probably.
Saya ingin bertanya tentang komunitas Mubarok itu secara existing, apakah face to face dengan pemerintah, seperti kasus di Indonesia ini kan beberapa umat Islam itu kemudian ada di kategori terkena teroris, radikal, dan seterusnya. Itu yang pertama, secara politik apakah pemerintah melindungi atau justru hampir sama, itu yang pertama. Kemudian yang kedua, kekuatan komunitas Mubarok ini apakah juga bisa sampai dengan seperti kondisi di Indonesia NU dan Muhammadiyah gitu ya, secara on progress-nya. Mungkin dua itu pertanyaan saya. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Prof. Lili. Kalau saya kurang ini, saya mohon ada mahasiswa di sini bisa tambah-tambah lagi ya. If my translation is not that precise or not complete, we have three representatives here who are present live. Mas Hanif, Mas Azhar, who's a new student in School of Management, and our former head of Indonesian Student Association in USM. Okay, so Prof. Lili asked there are two questions. I think Dr. Imran, you might also understand that you have spent some time in Indonesia, in Jogja.
Yeah. Some, not all.
Some. Okay, all right. So
You can translate.
okay, I will, to the best of my knowledge, ability. Prof. Sam also is a veteran. So she's asking, number one, is there same level of protection by the government to the Muslim community in comparison to the other communities, I suppose, yeah? So number one, that level of protection, is it the same or is it different, or how is it? Number two, if I understand it correctly, is the community, the Mubarak community in Thailand, is it similar to the big NGOs in Indonesia like the Mohammad? If you're familiar with them, or the Nahdlatul Ulama, the NU of Indonesia, if you're aware. Those are two large, probably the largest organizations in Indonesia. I mean, they can make or break elections too. So sometimes, that's how strong they are. And is it comparable? Is Mubarak community comparable, the same to the Muhammadiyah organization or Nahdlatul Ulama organization in Indonesia? Yeah, in Thailand, in Indonesia. Please respond. Is my translation good enough?
Yeah. I think that's great. Yes, definitely the relationship between the community and the government quite well. Okay, we got this good relationship because this community participates all activities that the government try to do. We participate, we engage with the activity and initiative the government provides for the community, even on the important days, the birthday of the king, birthday, the queen birthdays, the national days, all these things are important days in Thailand. The community involved, the community engaged in these important events. And the protection of the government, because of the participation, because of the engagement of the community, we are working closely with the government, particularly the local governments. Because of many members of the community, they are working as local officers with the government. And we have the retired lecturer, we have the former local politicians living side by side in that communities. The protection gradually is happening on the ground, naturally or simultaneously. And there is no special Okay, I would like to protect you from the problem. No, we don't have that. Because of, I don't know, just we don't have the problem with government one. The second one, the government just investigates or monitors the community with the same degree. Okay, the same degree. We don't have any special protection from the government. But when we need government to do something, the government does. We need the support from the government, they do for us. I'm not sure yet. The protection doesn't mean we need to protect from the problem outside. We don't have that kind of thing. Yes, definitely what the Muhammadiyah movement trying to do. I think the scale of the community is doing very less scale. We producing our own mechanism, taking care of our own communities. We have now foundation, school, mosque. Just very tiny community, we can do that. But if we have a larger members of the community, or the members of the community expanding more and more, I think we can come back and talk about the abilities and the capacity that the government can provide. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's more a scale. Yeah, we can do, but the larger scale, I think we can ask ourselves, to do. I'm not sure yet how many is a big movement can predict everything. Yeah, we can people come, now many there are 50 Indonesian members who are participated in this community. Indonesian migrants who are now settled down, around our community. And what we do then, we try to be a social provider for the varieties of our members now. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Prof. Lily. Thank you, Dr. Imran, for such a lengthy explanation, and we think we can understand Thailand a bit more, and the Isan Mubarak community a lot more. So that's what we plan to do with the Global Futures Forum, to understand reality and to project the understanding a bit more to the future and increase our our future literacy and our global future literacy even more. We really appreciate your time, especially the fact that you're on holiday right now, it's nice that you're still on holiday. We're back to office. We're working now. So maybe it's better to be in Thailand, a Muslim in Thailand, and a Muslim in Malaysia. Yeah.
He's with his wife in her hometown. He doesn't have a choice. He's the wife that decided him still on holiday.
Before I leave the forum, Professor Reevany, I would like to say just one idea.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Isan is not the mainstream Muslim in Thailand. Okay. Because we are very tiny communities. We don't want to be the fat point, the mainstream, as the Muslim in the South trying to do. So we quite living with other people peacefully. Definitely we try to maintain that condition. For me, Sam, you agree or not? If you want to have a reconciliation, the road to reconciliation from Thailand. I think Isan region may be one of the example place that the Thai and the Muslim can be in reconciliation road. And we can use the platform that the region provide in some level, particularly in terms of trust building. We can use or we can make use of this region as a frame for the Thai reconciliation. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Imran. And on that note, I would like to thank everyone. It so happens that if you're here, Dr. Imran, we are having our Idul Fitri Hari Raya celebration today. So we have roast lamb and rendang and all kinds of food today.
That's cool.
Yeah, so thank you again, Dr. Imran.
Thank you for inviting me to join this. I'm so happy, delighted to be part of this.
Thank you.
I would like to see you soon.
All right, thank you, Dr. Imran.
Okay, Kok Chai Nalai,
right.
No, but in the sun they say Kok Chai Nalai.
I thought it's not a swear word.
No.
Okay.
That's the Isan dialect. I'm using Isan dialect.
Kok Chai
Nalai.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, we have a representative from here.